Hey guys, it's Brandon. I'm in the Z06. I'm going south to go get the Zr1 license plates, so that's fun. But I wanted to say, let's do a discussion about BSV. And more specifically, let's go to the future now. I made a previous video, which I don't want to really reiterate too much, about the split that's going to happen on BTC, the fork that's going to happen on BTC because of this Knots versus Core 30 debate. And why I think that Knots is likely going to win out as the higher priced coin. And that's not going to be good for BSV initially. But what's going to happen is, I'd like to pose the question, what happens if someone comes along and creates similar software for BSV? Think about the monetary implications that they could generate for themselves if they created a Knots program for BSV. Now, I don't know if that's possible, but assuming that it is, to where there could be a fork of BSV, you would be guaranteed to basically double your money, because you'd have two coins instead of one after the fork that are both going to be worth similar money, okay? And then at that point, you can begin to debate that the Knots version of BSV, we'll just call it the Knots version, even though they might call it something else, obviously. The Knots version of BSV would be, you could argue that it's the more authentic coin to BTC, because you could argue that the Core 30 update to BTC is BTC becoming more like BSV, whereas BSV doesn't need to change. BSV is still what it is from day one. And now when you introduce the Knots program to BSV, you have both regular BSV and Knots BSV. And regular BSV, we'll just say, is more authentic than Core 30 BTC. You follow me? And at that point, Knots BSV would also be the more authentic. You see what I'm saying? It's been around for longer period of time. So just wanted to kind of throw those ideas out there and talk about that, because I don't think I'm the only person who knows this to be a possibility. And when you look at how much BSV has potential to rise versus BTC, okay, it's more lucrative for people to begin to cash out at BTC and take their money to BSV and take a small portion of those proceeds from BTC and invest it into the BSV Knots program. You follow what I'm saying? So I think that that's where this is all going. To me, the big red flag was the whole Craig Wright thing. To me, was a mole. Craig Wright, I do not believe is Satoshi, but I believe that it was a planned, instigated event where he claimed to be Satoshi. Like, I think that Craig Wright's like an agent of like the master plan, if you will. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If Craig Wright's grandfather was being awarded patents with Marconi, working on radio up against Nikola Tesla, okay? Nikola Tesla was the United States, Marconi was in France, if I'm not mistaken. If my memory serves me right. So, you know, Craig Wright's family comes from European high society, okay? So it's a no-brainer that that guy would be part of European intelligence, okay, even though he's from Australia, okay? So no wonder the guy's a patent whiz. His grandfather was beating Nikola Tesla to patents. Like, think about what that fucking means, guys. So, like, it amazes me how you guys can't put two and two together about anything. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think the blockchain and cryptocurrencies were all created by the intelligence agencies. And I'm not going to get into all that right now again. But the point is, I think that BSV is going to be the ultimate winner in this. It might take a couple of years till we get there, but I'm content leaving my money in BSV because I don't care if it goes to a fucking dollar. I don't care. It's the writing's on the wall to me of what's happening. So I'm taking it out of the exchanges because Craig Wright claimed to be Satoshi. If he's not Satoshi, then why take it out of the exchanges? Who cares? It's still a fork of the original Bitcoin, and it's still closer to the white paper of Satoshi than anything else. So anyhow, this Knots thing being instigated and this Core 30 change up on Bitcoin is basically a self-sabotage of BTC. And anyway, that's enough for that video. That's long enough. See ya.